All right, so this is the discussion session of our Tuesday English program. And after a few hours of practice, we take the reports or any questions that the participants may have. I know some of the participants may not be for this, and they may be waiting for Bhante Dhammajiva's session. So you can either wait or log out and join back. So I'll leave it to you. So for our participants, so this is the time to give your reports or raise your questions.
Questions, others? Yep. Only time to think though.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I've got a question, Bhante. It's not really a question. So yesterday when I was doing my meditation, I kind of tried something different, I suppose. When I was doing my mindful breathing, Anapanasati, I was breathing in, and then as I was exhaling, I was just sort of thinking to myself, just relax the body. And after about 5-10 minutes of doing that, like I felt that like bliss feeling, like lots of butterflies, I suppose you could call it. And it felt beautiful. It felt amazing. I'm just wondering, that's like progress, isn't it? Or is that just me doing something different and it's a temporary thing, or?
No, the question is, there is no progress or degress in mindfulness practice.
Yeah.
In mindfulness practice, what we do is we just try to be aware of the phenomenon, whatever that happens. So in that regard, if you look at it from that perspective, so long as you were aware of what was happening, that is the progress. But if you try to look for progress as such, which means that we are trying to introduce craving into the scenario. So especially because it is blissful.
Yeah.
And
one more thing with that, like when I first started seeing you, are you still there?
All right. So it is, I think we got disconnected and joined again.
Yeah.
So it is, don't try to see whether it's progress or otherwise, whatever that comes into your mind. If you are aware of it, that's all what you have to be worried about.
Yeah. The other thing, when I first started coming to see you, remember when I was telling you about the base of my spine and I was getting that sort of sensation that was almost like unbearable. The breathing thing I was observing, it was kind of like that sensation where it was like there's no words to describe if it was a good, beautiful, bad, annoying, like there was no real word to put to it. Is that like a defilement still?
I didn't hear you from breathing.
It's cutting out, Bhante.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better. Your little connection thing on the left keeps going red.
Steve?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think your end's cutting out a bit, Bhante.
Yeah, now it looks fine.
Okay. Yeah, it's gone to yellow now.
Right. Yeah. So can you repeat it?
Yeah, so basically when I first started coming to see you, I was explaining about that sensation on the base of my spine. That's a similar feeling to that breathing thing I was getting yesterday. Is that related to a defilement still? Like I'm still getting defilements, or?
No, it is yes and no. Why it is yes is because since it is blissful, there is a tendency that, as you just mentioned, to get caught up with it.
Yeah,
It is no because your attention is in the body. So when your attention is in the body, you may see these type of vibrations or sensations that are coming up.
yeah, okay.
So don't worry to see whether it's defilements or not. If you see defilements, that is again win because you see that we have the defilements.
Yeah,
Now, even when you don't practice, defilements are there. We don't know that defilements are there.
yeah,
But the beauty of practice is when the defilements are coming up, we have an opportunity to see them, and that itself is the eradication of defilements.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Not a worry.
Did you want to say something,
yeah,
Alex?
why not? Yeah. Hi, Bante.
Hi, Alex.
Alex. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I was doing meditation, walking, and the sitting meditation just before, and yep. When I was doing the walking meditation, as you talked to me last time, focus on left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, etc., right? Yep, I did that and it worked. Yep, when I was doing walking meditation. And
Yeah.
in terms of sitting meditation, I was just wondering what I can do for a similar way.
Yeah. Okay. Now, before coming on to sitting meditation, in your walking practice, you said you were able to have your attention to the left and right.
Yeah. I tried focusing on counting feet, and it did work.
Yeah. So did you say counting?
Yeah, like left, right, left.
Yeah.
Right, yes.
Yeah. That is okay. So if you can have your attention to the foot, the next step is to see how you place the foot.
Yep. Okay.
And then what sensation you get when you place it.
Yep, the fur of the carpet.
Yeah. And did you observe how you place the foot?
Yeah, I kind of did like that.
Yeah. So you will have to observe it clearly and then mention it. Okay.
Yeah.
So once your attention is there on the leg, so it is not the end of it. It is just the start.
Okay.
Right. So after that, what you will have to do is to ensure that you have the mindfulness in each and every thought moment. You try to get as much information as possible of the walking. Right. So so there are the first thing that has to be done is, or the second thing that has to be done is you see how you place the foot and then what sensation you feel, and which you have already observed and just mentioned. And then if you observe how you place it, then the next thing you can observe is how you lift it.
Okay. Yep.
And then what happens to the sensation that you felt earlier. Right. So if you can do that on one leg, then you can see on the other leg as well.
Yep.
So like that, you bring your attention to the entire walking process. So now you are observing placing and lifting, and you can see how you feel when you move the foot. Right. And then the walking means your attention, or walking means you are balancing your body weight on one leg all the time.
Okay. Yep.
Right. So there are billions and billions of things that are happening. Right. Because all the muscles relating to walking, all the joints relating to walking, all the bones relating to working are active. Yep. So in this manner, when you bring your attention to the leg or attention to the walking, you start seeing more information.
Okay.
So you will have to grab all this information. And by grabbing information, what you do is you convince yourself that you are mindful in each and every thought moment. And not only that, you can tell me, rather than saying I was just mindful, you can give proof of such mindfulness,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And another step further, in that manner, you bring the mind that is wandering all over the universe to your physical process.
Would you repeat that for me, please?
Yeah, no, what I said was the next thing that happens is when you bring your attention in this manner to your walking,
Mm-hmm.
your mind, your mental process is with the physical process.
Yep.
If it is not the physical process, it will be wandering, roaming around the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is not so. It has been with whatever you were doing.
Yep.
So those are the three things that happens when you grab information.
Yep.
And also you can see when you do it for 45 minutes, what happens to this walking, whether there are any changes in the walking, whether the walking that you started at the beginning changes halfway through and it changes when it gets close to 45 minutes, right? So you can see the changes over time.
Yep.
As well. So there are lots and lots of information that you can grab once you have your attention to right and left. Make sense?
Yes, it does.
So not 100%, but if you understood at least 10% of what I said,
Yep.
that will be enough.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, coming to the question you asked, similar thing for breathing.
Yep.
You can do is you sit and you allow the natural respiration take place.
Natural
And
breathing.
natural respiration, natural breathing in and breathing out.
Okay.
So it is anyway happening,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you see that, to bring your attention firm onto the breath, what you can do is when it is happening, you label in. And when breathing out is happening, you label out.
Ah.
So in that manner, you will be able to bring your attention to your breathing in and breathing out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So,
Yep.
and before that, you will have to see where you most prominently feel it. Whether you feel it in the tummy or whether you feel it in the chest or whether you feel it at the entrance of the nostril or inside the nose.
When I breathe, you mean?
Yeah.
My lungs.
Yeah, if you feel it in the lungs, have your attention only to the lungs. Right? And
Yep.
when breathing is happening, label it as in, and label it as out.
Yep.
And in the next session, tell me whether you can do it. And if you can do that, then I'll give you the next step.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are you practicing on a daily basis or?
I haven't for the past few, like for 1 or 2 weeks at the moment.
Yeah, no, it will be important to, introduce this into your timetable. If you are so busy, at least take 15 minutes a day for walking and 15 minutes a day for sitting.
Yep.
It will gradually introduce this into the system rather than doing just once a week. Great. Thank you.
He's got plenty of time, Bante. I've given him 3 days this week.
All right, good. Say your boss is helping you.
Where
Right.
are you, Bante? Are you in Melbourne or?
Melbourne at the moment, yes.
Yeah.
And Chatu is also here.
Hello, Chatu, if you're there.
Chatu.
Chatu's a guy that comes here. Yeah. He is there.
Can I see again?
Hello.
Hello, Chatu.
Hey, bro.
Sorry. Good to see you both.
Right. So, if you don't have, do you have anything to discuss, Chatu? Yeah. We are running out of time as well. So thank you very much for joining.
No worries.
And I will, we will conclude the session and tell you what will happen next week.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Everyone,
Everyone Saranai. Blessings.
Thanks, guys. Have a good time.
Everyone. You too. Everyone Saranai.
Everyone,
later on Saturday night. For the rest of the group.